Hey Wastelanders, this is Gary, and today we have the Hades. It's another one of those Damn Designs knife. A little bit of history about this knife. It was named after the god of the underworld and the caretaker of souls. This is the last of the 4 budget knives that I've been given by the Apex Pass Around group. Let's go over some specs of the knife. It features D2 steel, if you can, and it's a clip point. I don't own many clip points, but this is a weird looking clip point, if you ask me. It's a flat grind, and it's satin finish, and it features 4 G10 versions of G10 scales. This is a jade, of course. It also comes in light blue, OD green, and black. I think I've had one of each color of the 4 knives. So it's a liner lock, as you can see, a nested liner. It has a really great action. You can just like be not paying attention and get it to flip out. That's the bonus of it. Oh, it's yeah, my cat was doing something with me, so disregard that not paying attention. But so mostly I get to flip out perfectly, and I don't have to use a hand wrist motion or anything, just all thumb. It's a great knife. It features a tip up, right and left carry, and as I mentioned, it's a thumb stud flipper. Not my favorite knife opening procedure. And it's a super deep carry pocket clip, if you can tell. I mean, all of the knives have been super deep carry. Yeah, it has a hidden lanyard feature, if you can tell that. But good luck getting 550 paracord through that and then to come out the other end. You can do it, but it's pretty. I wouldn't be my favorite type of lanyard. So I probably wouldn't do it a lanyard. The Fenrir had a nasty hidden lanyard feature too. I don't really like hidden lanyard features. I think they're it's pretty stupid, if you ask me. I would, if you gotta hide them. I just don't. I prefer that you don't give me the lanyard feature. So let's go ahead and do a few knife comparisons. Okay, I'm going to do some knife comparisons, and I'm going to run down the size and weights of the knife as I do the knife comparisons. See, I told you, it's a great flipper. Let's move Fallout Boy, or Vault Boy, not Fallout Boy. You know what? I adjust my camera, and I've been looking at these knives all wrong because I was looking at it at an angle. It's still bigger than the Tenacious, but forgive me, this knife is the same size, basically within a 1/8 of an inch, similar size than the Fenrir. I know I told you it was bigger than the Fenrir, and it is, but it's just an 1/8 of an inch bigger. So I must remember to adjust my camera looking down at this knife when I do the size and weights knife comparisons. So this is the Benchmade, so it's bigger than the Benchmade. And let's go over some of the sizes and dimensions. Starting out, it has 4.625 inches handle. That's the same size as the fin rear. So the blade's 3.5. That's the tip to the tip of the handle. The cutting edge is 3.625. So it's about 1/8 of an inch more cutting edge. Overall, it's 8 inches. So the fin rear was 7 and 14/16. That's basically an 1/8 of an inch shorter. The blade thickness is, well, let's show you the handle thickness. The handle thickness is 0.56. It's a little bit thicker than the fin rear. The blade thickness is 0.158, and the edge thickness is 0.018, and the knife is 4.69 ounces. I think the fin rear is 4.51 ounces, so it's very similar in weight size, weight to the fin rear. Very similar in the size too. I think the Cerberus and the Invictus were larger knives. I don't know, I don't remember offhand how much larger, but they were definitely felt larger than these two previous knives. So I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys can see it. Appears to be gunk on the blade that doesn't want to come off. I don't have any steel wool, and Blade Banner gave me permission to use some steel wool on it, but I didn't want to chance it. There's staining on the other side. I almost think there's surface rust, like surface rust staining. I don't know. So the knife, if you look at my unboxing and my comparison video for the fin rear, you'll see some of the staining. So since then I've tried to clean it off, but it's not coming off. So you know, I don't know if this knife has been through a couple people in front of me and they didn't care for it, but I suspect that this D2 had some issues, but I don't know that. So just some D2 blades in satin. You probably want to apply a light oil on the blade. So I've never noticed this kind of staining going on, but yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that if you guys noticed the staining. So here are my final thoughts on the Hades. I think it's a very good looking knife, but I must be honest with you, I think it's the least favorite of the 4 knives. For me, I'm just basing this on looks alone. I just don't, the blade's just not my cup of tea. The blade shape. I just think it's ugly. I mean, the whole knife as a whole is good looking, but without the blade, the handle's good looking. With the blade, it's kind of ugly. It has wonderful ergos and all the same great things about the other 3 knives this knife has, except for the blade, in my opinion. By the way, the blade's centered perfectly. If it looks off, it's optical illusion. Trust me, I think it's centered. And the action is superb, buttery smooth, even for a thumb stud flicker that I normally do not favor. The action's great. I keep saying this. I love the look of the pivot. My favorite design of a pivot on a knife to date. I think it's beautiful looking for a budget knife. Don't get me wrong, just because I don't like the blade, I think it's beautiful for a budget knife. You can see a little bit of that staining. I don't know what that is, and that looks like rust. So you can see a little bit on that side too. Don't you see it? I don't know. I've informed the leader of the Apex pass around group, so yeah, I just want to say, just remember to oil it, to treat the blade with care. I don't know what happened with this knife, whether someone mistreated it or started to rust on its own, and it could have been that. Who knows? If I wipe this blade off, this will come off, but this won't come off. I don't know how to remove this. It was suggested to use steel wool on it, but I'm not going to be responsible for messing the knife up further. So in the end, I hope you like this review, and if you could leave me a comment, a like, and please consider subscribing, because this would be fantastic. And I just want to let you know, stay tuned for the 7/7 giveaway announcement. All right, take care, Wastelanders.